we've got Kel, we've got Elijah, we've got man like Steve. Welcome, one and another beautiful day here in Gotham City. I'm going to go to Patrick first of all, mate. Talk to me, brother.
I'm tired. I have no speech. I have nothing else to say. I'm done. I'm done. I can't say anything else. I think I have said the same thing. Look, the game was exciting. It was too open. It was a very open game. And that's why I was very shocked the fact that we're not creating that much. Big up to Omar Mamouche. I feel bad. Yeah, he's very good, but I just feel bad for him that he's come in at a point where there's no creativity in this team. But we played well. And you know what? Big up to Brighton. I like the way they can pass through other teams. You know, the way they were pressing us from the front, making sure that we make mistakes. I think we got lucky today. Even the Mitoma one, even though I'm a City fan, I think Ortega wasn't strong enough. And then, is it Baleba? Missed an open chance. City again, just holding on to the ball for so long. Then some moments, what we've noticed this season is we start panicking, then we start passing the ball fast to try to get something, but it's not working. Bernardo Silva came in and he was trying. For the first time, I saw Bernardo Silva trying to beat his man, which was amazing. But the second half, there was a point in time when there was a start, Terry. City have one shot on target, right at 5. I was like, this is bad. Look, at the end of the day, I think I said this days ago. I was like, I'm also starting to doubt if we're going to make top 4. I said it days ago, and I think there was an argument on my channel between two people saying, oh, no, I think we're going to make it. But Terry, it's looking scary right now, scary hours, because looking at Bournemouth, they might win, and then looking at the people behind us, they might win. Looking at Forest, they play good football. But I just think this team next season needs a lot of change. I'm not talking about change by the players, also change by Pep. I think this pass football, teams have just figured the fact that, you know what, let them pass the ball. We'll stand here and just watch them, and then we'll counter-attack them. So we'll see anyway. To be honest with you, I was expecting a defeat today. I know some people will say that's bad, but I was expecting a defeat because I know Brighton are a good team. But we got a draw. We move on. Let's just try to get number 5. Because I think number 4 might be taken away from us by Chelsea or somebody else. That's all I want to say on this game.
Yeah, the positive about top 4 is that top 5 is probably going to make the Champions League this year. I think the maths basically work out as long as 2 English teams win at least one of the games from the quarterfinals. Sorry, at least 2 of the games, and you're probably going to see Chelsea win both. Then top 5's guaranteed. So that gives thankfully you guys, your season's being saved by the rest of us in Europe this year. So. Your thanks is accepted. Before, I'm not going to go to Hamza just yet, but Hamza, I just wanted to check: was it sunny today? Was it sunny in Manchester today? Is that?
Nothing is the sun, man. It's like I don't know. I think we're broken 100%. I think Pep Guardiola has to accept that I asked a question about these wingers. The problem is Savio and Doku are they ready-made. We gambled big time. We gambled from Mahrez and the Sterlings and the Sane, who used to score you at probably 30, 40 GA. And now Savio's only got 1 goal this season. He's a winger. And if I tell you that players like John Stones and Vardio and Kovacic have more goals than him, 1 goal as a winger is young, but a lot of our families were happy to get. I know Savio is a good player, but he's too young. He's just too young. He's going in front of goal. He's missing open chances. He's trying to do too much. I think Pep risked it. And then the other winger, Doku, we've seen players like him in goals. When you play 5-a-side goals, you see these guys who dribble in front of goals. They just miss chances. And you've seen them so many times. Doku, people give him stats. He's got the best dribble in France. I don't care about dribbles. Zidane has a bad GA and Luis Figo had a bad GA. But guess what? Stats meant nothing to those guys because they were elite players. I'll not have to feed Savio. Doku's doing the little turn every time like this. And then get in the box and then he waits for the guy. I'm thinking, what the hell are you doing? Get into do something. He does something. Everyone's like, oh wow. What? And then suddenly no one's there. What are you doing? You don't score goals, you don't assist. So what do? And Minte, what a player. Minte was defending, going up front, defending, going up front. And I'm thinking, my players, we were lucky. Let's be honest today. Today's the month of Ramadan. So I can't lie. Can't lie to the people. Man. Bloody hell. We should have lost this game today. Like, to be in this position today of Man City at home against Brighton, and you're lucky to have won that game, tells you that I don't see. Pep knows it's caught up with all this cutting corners, and now he's got deficiency everywhere. He's got deficiency as a right back. He's got deficiency in wingers. He then brings on Bernardo, takes him off, and you're thinking, hold on, what's going on? We need to go back to signing players who can make a goal difference in this kind of games. We don't have that anymore. We don't have that. Bernardo doesn't make a difference. KDB's old. Foden came on, he couldn't make a difference. Savio can't make a difference. Doku can't make a difference. Only Marmoush. And poor Haaland, he's like up front. And if I'm Haaland, I'm like, I'm the best striker in the world. And I can't even get a chance.
I think a lot of people on the panel agree with what you're saying. I'm going to ask a question from a devil's advocate perspective. And I'm only prefacing that because of the toaster people and the low IQ people at the back. And the trolls. I basically mean the trolls. A lot of other managers currently in the Prem, when we're told or their fans say these players aren't good enough, we are told, but why doesn't the coach them? Why doesn't the coach find a way? Why can't the coach make them better? So I'm going to apply that question to you, Hamza. Why can't Pep make these players better?
Pep can't make them better. But the problem is sometimes it's like you saying, oh, I got a mango that's not right. How come you can't make it right? Yo, it takes time. For that mango to be right, it takes time to right.
Hang on. If you take a piece of fruit,
yeah,
and you put it into like a black bag that you get at the greengrocers with a banana, the chemicals from the banana will ripe the other fruit quicker. There are ways of speeding, but there are ways of speeding, expediting that process. So I'm asking you, is there some, and I'm only asking from a devil's advocate perspective. Other managers get labeled with, why do you need to buy more players? Why do you need to spend more? Why don't you make what you've got better? Why would that logic not be applied to Pep? Or are we saying that logic to all other managers is also flawed and wrong? Like, what's the answer to this?
Listen, Pep has, the reason why I give him credit, because he's the guy that gave Busquets a chance. He's the one that gave Pedro a chance. He's the one that gave, when people never knew about Dani Alves at Sevilla, he gave him a chance, made him the best right back in the world. He gave Kimmich, he signed Kimmich for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he gave him a chance and he became the... So I believe, yes, but what Pep has done, he's risked too many that he's got this young, inexperienced guy all at once with the old generation. There's a big gap. There's an age of 20s and there's 30s. And there's no in between. There's no 24, 25, 26. There's no ready-made players there. So Pep has got problems this season. And you know what? You can't blame him because you've seen him Ferguson. I'll give you an example. The greatest manager, one of the greatest managers in the world. Yeah. You gave him play like Juan Sebastian Veron. People are saying, how come Juan Sebastian Veron? Why could Ferguson not coach him? He was the best player back in Parma and Lazio. How come he couldn't get the best out of him? Diego Forlan. How come he couldn't get the... It's the critical on a manager who...
I hear where you're coming from. I mean, I didn't bring Sir Alex up. And what I will say, he never finished almost 20 points off the top ever in the Premier League. I think 10 was the maximum in 2002. But the point I'm making is more this. I think Pep Guardiola, that's considered the greatest of his generation, has inadvertently stopped the debate ever around, why don't your manager just make his squad better overnight? Why don't he coach him? Because if the greatest manager of his generation can't take a team that's failing and just coach them and make them better, I think maybe that just be, and I could be wrong about this, maybe it's just a moot point that should be taken out of all managerial head coach conversations now, because if you're not applying it to the best of his generation, maybe the best ever, why would it be fair to apply it to somebody that isn't even as good? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm intrigued by it more than I'm not judging, because I actually think what Pep needs, and rightfully so, is better players. I think your club has invested poorly. I think your club has bought poorly. I think I think the last couple of years, the transfer element at your club has been nigh on horrendous, and they have not fit the manager's system and style. Look, he'll play a part in that because he'll have a say in the players, like all head coaches. But he's been let down in that way, the same as I've seen other managers let down when they've been bought absolute dross. In my opinion, and you've got a lot of dross you've gone and bought. And listen, there's a couple of the players that you've bought this January. Again, they might turn good, but we'll see. But a lot of money has been spent. Mo, on today's game, on neutral perspective on this, City, they scored a couple of goals from mistakes from Brighton. Maybe fortunate to walk away with the draw. What went wrong for City today, in your opinion, mate?
It's the plan. Like, it looks like Brighton with a better team on the pitch. Like, they had a plan. They created more chances. And Pep is not getting the best out of these very, very good players, by the way. For you guys to say that City need a lot of players, Nico Gonzalez was a superstar in Portugal. Savini was team of the season.
Superstar. You've never tweeted. I've never heard you say it.
Hold on. I don't watch a lot of Portuguese league, right? It's the same for Diaz. He was the same level as Diaz when you bought him in 2017 or 2018. Am I wrong? Same level.
That's pretty accurate. Yes, I'd say that's pretty. Ruben Diaz spent a little more time in Portugal, but
yeah. Same level.
Sorry, Hamza, you came on here about 3 weeks ago and said he looks like he could be the new Rodri. So back to you.
Yeah,
Mo.
like I'm seriously. The problem is Nico Gonzalez came in with a big hype. He's not a Busquets. He's not Rodri today, but he came at the same level when Diaz came in and won player of the season in this first season. Savinho was team of the season last year. By the way, Doku now 2 years under Pep Guardiola. So the time he spent in France should be a little bit forgotten. He dribbles, as you say, Hamza, nothing. Erling Haaland today had only, I think, if I'm not mistaken, had 14 passes completed. There was no chances for him. He got the ball plenty of time, tried, but it didn't work out for him. Omar Marmoush looked good today, and I think he's the only player that was looking very, very well today. It is the plan. It's Pep Guardiola, and don't tell me it's the midfield and all of this. It's not the physicality. Hinchelwood, or whatever his name is a young kid who's not very strong physically and looked very good, to be honest, today on the ball.
Yeah, right back.
Yeah, and every time he went in and he looked very good. Rico Lewis didn't look good today. And it's all about the team. The team doesn't have any confidence. And if you don't make drastic changes in the summer and if Rodri come back very strong and you have a good Club World Cup, yes, you might be good next season. But if you don't make dramatic changes, I'm not sure if Savinho is the guy to start on the wing right side. It looks like Foden today, he played only 14 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't know why Foden was not brought in the pitch earlier. Where is Jack Grealish? He disappeared. He didn't even get a minute today. He's 29 years old, and Pep Guardiola is treating him as a 35 years old. He's not giving him any minutes. Doku, he played the 90 minutes today, if I'm not mistaken, and he should have been taken off by like minute 70 or something. To be honest with you, this is a team is not full of confidence. Pep Guardiola is in a grip of the players, in my opinion. And if you don't make dramatic changes in the summer, I think you might not even challenge next season. And I think you might not even make Champions League. You might not even make... If Newcastle win their game, I think they are ahead of you. If Chelsea get a draw tomorrow, Nottingham Forest already won. They're 6 points ahead of you. Arsene are going to catch third. You might not even make Champions League next season. And I think that would be a disaster for you. Because Pep is not staying forever. He's only staying until 2027. This is a City team that doesn't have any confidence. The players are not doing well. Savinho have games with 8 rating. He does everything on the ball. Today he was rubbish. He was not even... Savinho was not even mid-table player today. And that is confidence-wise, to be honest. I don't know if City...
And you put a lot of this down. You're saying that a lot of these players are very good and Pep's just... Why do you think